Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to this week's 3-2-1. There's 3 commas in the Parsha in 2 minutes with 1 insight. You probably know the beginning story of Abraham and the guests. Well, every time we have a wedding, we have an open chuppah to symbolize the same tent, that 3 guests come and he visits them and finds out they're angels and they tell him about the birth of Isaac. It's a beautiful story. But there's a curious moment right at the very beginning of the Parsha where it says God appears to Abraham, but there's no conversation. The next thing that happens is the 3 guests arrive, and Abraham greets them and says, "My lords, please stay and have a rest." And the rabbis debate who was he talking to? Because in the Hebrew, the word is Adonai, so it could be God appeared, remember. It could be he's talking to God. That the first idea is he's talking to God. The second idea is that he's talking to the people. That God shows up, the people show up, and Abraham chooses to greet the people instead of God. It's a beautiful message about hospitality and who we take care of first. And then, this is actually a proud moment for me. I had a professor who really just knew everything about the Bible and Bible commentary, and I made a suggestion, and he said he had never heard it before. I remember that day perhaps as well as my wedding day. It was a big deal. And I said, perhaps Abraham is really smart, and this is the third comment, and he is saying one comment, but to both people. "My Lord, please stay and be a part of my tent, be a part of my life." Perhaps Abraham saw God and the 3 men and came up with a clever way to say one thing that both might hear at the same time. So besides a chance to brag and feel clever, which is always fun for me, what do we get out of it? What is the message? What do we walk away with? And the answer, I think, is that together we get, as is often the case, a murky reality. The answer is not we should always greet every guest with everything we have. The answer is not we should throw away everything and everyone we know in favor of God and only focus there. And the answer is that perhaps we need to follow this example of Abraham and find a way always to do both. To invite the people in and to invite God in. And to invite them hopefully together to be a part of our lives. That's actually harder to do. It sounds really nice, but it's harder to do than we might imagine. It is a challenge for us as we go forward this Shabbat. When we gather as a family, can we also say a blessing? When we meet our friends, can we share maybe a word of Torah or a favorite Jewish memory? Can we bring our Jewish selves to our personal selves, and can we merge them? That's the challenge being laid down by Abraham. This week, I wish us a whole identity which is challenged and pushed and continues to grow. Shabbat Shalom.